Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the most toxic team for the current Great League Remix Cup. And I know what you're going to be saying. How could you promote a toxic team like this again? If there's opportunity for a very strong team, I feel silly to not take it. And this is something that I saw as a potential. Similar things have been used against me, not the same stuff that I'm using here currently. But the idea behind it and the way the meta is currently going on, like, it is silly not to run something like this if you want to climb. And I also think it is silly to say that toxic teams don't have a place in the Go Battle League. It has been historically the case that this type of teams have been around. But also, I feel like it's part of it, because at the end of the day, what those fast move beatdown teams break are different strategies, and if you just don't have Pokemon that do a lot of fast move damage, you're always going to end up with the same kind of stuff. This is breaking it, and honestly, this team was amazing. So, I only went positive with this team. My battles took me 2 minutes maximum usually, like on average. Yeah, what can I say? It is still very overpowered. I could have made it more toxic by going for something like a Shadow Granbull as my say-stop instead of going for a Darkspawn, but I made it more consistent by going for the Darkspawn because you have access to Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs allows you to, just have better matchups over the two-shield scenario because you're gonna be able to debuff the opponents, and you see the battles flying by because this team is ridiculous. So, what's the strategy? It's a toxic team. Do we really have to talk about it? Can we not just enjoy how it's just destroying people without really needing to try anything? Have your Primate Play-Stops, have your Pangoros ready. This team is going to destroy you, and you just can't try to realign yourself. Have your Charmer for the Dark types, have your Mud Slapper for the Steel types and the Poison types. This is no rocket science here, and it's very easy for people to replicate as well. And I do understand, of course, that people can be sometimes frustrated by losing to this, but there are counters to it. It's not that this is unbeatable. It might not be a strategy that you enjoy playing, but that's fine. There are other strategies that I don't enjoy playing as well. And to be fair, even moves like Razor Leaf, I wish they were kind of back at where they were before. Like, not early Razor Leaf, or early Razor Leaf was a bit too overpowered, but they nerfed it twice. I feel like this last nerf wasn't necessary. Same goes for Smackdown. I think it's part of the Go Battle League, and I think it's part of having different kind of strategies around different kind of Pokemon that do different kind of things. And here, of course, I'm not saying the Double Charm is any kind of crazy special strategy at all. Here, calling the bait is kind of special, to be fair, because otherwise we would have lost this one for sure. But I still think it's part of the Go Battle League. And so, yes, this team still has issues as well. For example, Pidgeot going to be very difficult. Diggersby can be a bit difficult to spell for this team. You can, by the way, modify this team as well on what you kind of want to run. You can run Diggersby in the lead. You can run any kind of Mud Slapper in the lead. You can run Swampert in the lead. You can see if you're going to get something that's a bit better against Mud Boys. There's a lot of variety that you can still get here while having a similar kind of strategy that we already have in place here. Very unfortunate, by the way, that we lost this kind of alignment here, the way we lost especially. But it is what it is. Fire Punch coming through. We're going to be able to swap out of here. Can we still win this? It's going to be very close. I'm going to be able to get a ton of energy, or ton of damage here onto the Pidgeot, which is needed, necessary. Let's see what they have in the back. It's going to be their Swampert. It's very likely not going to be a win for us. But that is fine. That's the thing as well. I got my battles done so quickly. And for the people that just want to get their stuff done, why not? And again, here we're going to see, for example, the opponent having the Toxapex. That's something that we can beat with our lead. We're going to be able to go for the bait here. Let's see if the bait going to work out for us. It does. We're going to get the shield. Now we can align our Darkspawn, which hopefully going to be able to just win that matchup. And we make sure of that being the case by using a shield here. But they're going to get the attack drop straight away, which is really unfortunate. It's a 30% chance, and it's going to completely impact the battle, especially as they're going to get two of them. That might allow them to align themselves because, 9% chance there, getting it back-to-back. Good job there. We're going to still get the defense drop onto them, but we're kind of forced to no shield. It's going to be the Fire Punch, and they're going to be able to realign. Why did I do this? Because my play is to just win with Golurk. hoping there's something in the back that we can deal with the Golurk's energy here. That's why I got some extra energy, and it's going to be the Hery Ninja, which means we can go for a Dynamic Punch, knock them out before they can even get to a move, and win another battle here with my Golurk team. And honestly, like, yeah, this team is absolutely amazing. So next opponent, Diggersby. What do we want to do here? We kind of want to stay in, but we kind of want to swap out eventually. No, we can talk a little bit more on how to play this team and how you can deal with certain scenarios. For example, here, we can get a shield advantage straight away, and we want to swap out. Why do you want to swap out? Because this is an ABB style line. ABB means you're going to have Pokemon in the back, they are very similar. They have a counter for like their counters in the lead, and also, of course, the Pokemon in the back counters the counters for your lead. So, yeah, both of them kind of function very well with each other. Thing is, you kind of need to keep your lead alive as long as possible, because you need that kind of core still alive for later on, because if you lose your lead, and the opponent, for example, has something in the back like a Fire-type Pokemon, which you need to Mud Slap down, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. There's nothing you can do anymore, and that is why exactly we went ahead and swapped out of here, even though it was a very solid matchup actually in the lead, kind of neutral, kind of okay, we would have had Dynamic Punch quite fast, but we still swapped out because we needed to. There was no like other thing we could have done. Anyway, they're gonna go Corviknight here. We're gonna be able to farm them down, and let's see what they're going to have in the back. It is going to be, could be anything to be fair. It's going to be Charger Bug. Wow, here we go. Shadow Punch. Gonna get the shield very likely. They're gonna be forced to wait. They cannot even knock us out here. All their moves are resisted. They're not gonna be able to break through the Golurk, no matter what they want to do, unless they would have had Crunch, which apparently they don't, because otherwise they wouldn't just forfeit here like this. Anyway, Pangoro in the lead. Oh no, we have to swap. Hi, Dexbun comes in. Oh no, in comes the Stunfisk. We can try to align ourselves. Do we need to align ourselves? I'm not too sure about that either, because at the end of the day, like even Pangoro is not a great matchup for themselves against our lead. Yes, it is great if we have shields down, but we don't have shields down. We still have 2 shields. So I could try to force alignment here, and I decided, I think, against it. I should actually decided for it though. I should have went for a shield and just farmed them down. But I was a bit too worried, I think, about the potential of them having too much energy to get to another move. But we try to get some damage into them. We're going to have the Diggersby coming in here now as well. I definitely should have most likely tried to align myself though. So I think that was maybe a mistake. Anyway, they're going to try to go for the Fire Punch spam. And you see me going for no shield. Why do I go for no shield? Because again, I actually do think that my most valuable Pokemon in this matchup is not the Ninetales. It's going to be my Golurk against the Diggersby, because we're going to be able to resist the fast move, but also even against the Pangoro, we're going to be kind of fine. I am going to decide to go for a no shield here, which is smart and definitely needed. I have to shield the next one though, because if it's a Scorching Sand, we are going to go down, and they could get there already. They go for the Fire Punch. Now it's down to us against the Pangoro. We have to, of course, use a shield against the opponent's Night Slash, but what we can do is we can go for a Shadow Punch. And I know at this point that the next Shadow Punch is not going to be enough to knock them out, and so we have to go for another fast move, but they let the move go through anyway. The fast move is enough, and with that, the game is over. Like, this team was mad. Like, this team was just absolutely mad. You see so many battles here as well. I don't even know how many battles we have in here. I think we have like around 15 battles. I played, I think, total of like 18 or something with this team. I went positive in every set. I actually started the set with 0-2 in it, and then swapped to this team and still went positive, so 3-2, because I got like back to wins there as well, which was kind of nice. I think I had a win streak at 1.7. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, if you're annoyed at it, like, it is what it is. Like, it is still part of the meta. It's Pokemon that you're allowed to use. So, if I see the potential for it, wouldn't it be foolish for me to just not try it out? Like, isn't that like kind of the idea of the Go Battle League, trying out different kind of strategies, trying to win with whatever you're allowed to use? I feel like it kind of goes against what you kind of supposed to do in the Go Battle League, not to try out Pokemon just because you think, they're morally maybe not acceptable, because you don't want to farm down opponents. Honestly, I don't get the idea of being like, oh, that's a toxic team, how could they do that? I never got annoyed of that kind of stuff. I never got annoyed of this kind of stuff. It's Pokemon you're allowed to use. If you don't prepare for them with your team, then that is not the fault of the player that uses the Pokemon they're allowed to use. Like, I don't get that. I honestly just don't. But anyway, we're going to be able to win this battle here as well, because I don't think that this Pokemon can still take a Mud Slap, even though we have like a ton of energy. We didn't actually need it. Golurk just wins this for us. Next opponent. Oh wow, Chatterbug. Oh wow, they're gonna swap most likely into a Fighting type Pokemon. Welcome, Dexbun. I don't know. Honestly, by the way, you're gonna see battles from 2 different days because I played this for a little bit longer now as well. Because I was like, I did do, I think, 13 battles with this team, but I was like, there's no way that I actually get up the time for the video, so I just do another set because I know that the battles were just so fast. Yeah, the games were just going like crazy. It was ridiculous on how fast things were. Here they revealed that they have discharge, so they don't have crunch, so I know that my Golok is going to be fine and I can just go into that one. They're gonna swap out into the Swampert, I go for the Shadow Punch, and as said before, I know that my Golok is fine. They don't have damage output against this Pokemon, so I'd rather save it, and I know that they're going to have Sludge here, but I also would have had Hydro Cannon against my other Pokemon, so what's the worst thing to do here? Of course, I'm just gonna let this move go. I don't really care about my Ninetales, I just win. The opponent knows it here as well. I just win and we can move on to the next opponent. Oh wow, Diggersby in the lead. Gonna be a bit more difficult though. Diggersby in the lead can be a bit more tricky. While we do a ton of fast move pressure and they don't do any, they're just going to be a bit faster than us. To be fair, shielding here is fair. It's going to be a Scorching Sand. They're gonna get the attack drop onto us as well, which is a bit annoying. I think I would be able to go for the next Dynamic Punch in time? Think so. I know, okay, maybe they still get to move it before that. But I can just use another shield. Scorching Sands coming through again. Again, of course, the debuff early on was a bit annoying. But I think I should be able to now outspeed the opponent though. But let's see here, Dynamic Punch. Okay, gonna just knock them out. They're going to reveal that they're going to have, sadly, Tinkaton in the back. I was hoping that we don't see Tinkaton. Tinkaton can be a bit of a tricky Pokemon here to deal with, because they're going to be able to resist Charm. They have a ton of bulk, and even here, of course, they resist all of our hits on our Darkspan. They resist all of our hits on our Ninetales. Just Steel-type Pokemon, any kind of Steel-type Pokemon is going to be a bit tricky for the backline. That's why you also need to keep your lead alive, which we have here. And we need one more fast move to slap them down. We're gonna get it through, hopefully. Hopefully they don't knock us out here, but they actually do. Player does knock us out, and with that we're going to be in a tough spot. But actually we still have a chance of winning this one. I just have to hope that they don't get to a move. They do get to a move here, but if they don't have a move on the other Pokemon, on the Tinkaton, we're going to be fine. We might even be able to survive Bulldoze. Please be a Bulldoze. It is a very close battle here, but sadly they are going to be able to win with a player off here. Well played, but we can move on to the next opponent. Primeape in the lead, we can actually get some extra energy first. Why did I do this? Because again, I do think that it's best for me to stay in for a little bit, as neither Rage Fist or Close Combat is too scary for my Say-Swap. They actually let the move go, which is ridiculous, by the way. They go for the Scorching Sand as well, which is ridiculous. So like, well played by them. I can now hopefully get the shield from them though, by going for that move here. It is going to be, yeah, the shield coming up, and I can swap out now into my Darkspan, keeping my lead alive. We know that we have one good matchup anyway, so like, I'm not too worried yet. They're gonna go for Scorching Sand. They don't get the attack drop. I feel like Scorching Sand definitely gets a lot of attack drops recently against me. But as you see here, going to come through again as well. We don't get the attack drop again, and they go into their Primeape. You know, you just swapped out into a Charmer, right? Yeah, they can still go for a Rage Fist. It doesn't even knock us. I don't really even care too much about it. If they go into this Pokemon here, do they have another weakness in the back? The answer to this question is no. They have Pidgeot. But we still have our Ninetales, and that is okay. I think that is fine. We get the free fast move in. That is absolutely important though. They should mostly have Air Cutter. They have Feather Dance. That's a bit more annoying. We can go for another charge move here. We have to hope that I can get to Shadow Punch maybe with my Golurk still. I'm not too sure about it. They decide to stay in here though, and they just go down. Okay, yeah, we win. Goodbye. I don't know. Cool battle though. Yeah, again, you're positive as well. We can move on now to the next opponent. This is I think now in like the today's games. I encountered in my today's games, I think in 5 battles, 4 times Dusknoir. Dusknoir is a bit of an issue for this team. It's not a big issue, by the way. It's just a bit of one. The backline of us is usually okay. It's usually totally fine. It's usually not something that we really need to worry about. But it's so neutral. It's not like a great matchup for either of our Pokemon in the back. So Dusknoir can be a bit of an issue. Can, for sure. In this case, we were able to knock them out here with our Darkspan at least. Or they actually still survive with 1 HP and swap out. But here's the thing as well, I want to stay in this matchup because my Ninetales is more threatened by this Primeape than my Darkspan is. The thing is, Ninetales is going to have the weakness to fighting type moves basically, like it's just neutral. And so I don't want to get hit by a close combo because it would just one-shot us. And so they reveal that they have a Pangoro in the back and we just win the battle. Pidgeot, again, very bad lead force. We're gonna have to swap out of here. We're gonna do some sword damage, and they swap out into the Tinkaton, getting Hardwalled. Hooray! Very smartly played over from the opponent to stay in for a little bit, get some energy, because that energy is going to be very handy for them later on against our Golurk. So, well done, well played, made sense, everything okay here. We're going to be able to now go ahead and go for Psychic Fix against the opponent. That is totally fine as well. We're going to see that this is going to get the attack defense drop onto them. We can try to swap out here to catch a move as well. But we're gonna get the KO, we're gonna swap out, they're gonna have again that Dusknoir. And Dusknoir is so annoying for me, but I'm forced to go for a shield here and hope that I can just farm them down. It doesn't make sense for me to go for a charge move here at all. And we just have to hope that we can knock them out in time. We can. Can we do enough damage against the Pidgeot? I don't get the move off. I needed to get this move off, but I also needed the damage in order to put them into range where Shadow Punch would have been enough, basically. I have to take the first air cutter, and as you're gonna see here, I don't have a chance here of winning. There was nothing I could have done. And that's fine, and we can move on to the next opponent. Next up, we're going to have here the Dusknoir coming back in. We're going to be able to swap out into our Ninetales. As we will see, we're going to have to let the move go. It's going to be just a Shadow Punch. And we're going to be able to even go for a Weather Ball, but it's on a CMP type, which is quite a bit unfortunate. But let's see on how things are going to go here right now. As you will see, we're going to have here the Weather Ball coming in. We're going to have the KO nearly, and we're going to swap out here now. Oh no, actually going to have to stay in here. It's going to be the Armor Rush. Actually, I misplayed this battle a tiny bit. When we see the shield coming up, that's all fine. I have to do this in order to have a chance of winning this matchup, because Psyshock going to knock us, and they're going to have the Moltres in the back, which is all fine. I know they still survive a Brave Bird as well from this range, so like I'm not too worried about this one. Brave Bird shouldn't knock us out here, but they played really smart, because what they do is they wait out here. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, they need the energy on their Armor Rouge in order to win this matchup. But because they got so scared of me swapping out into my Golurk, they actually made a mistake here by going for their own charge move, which ultimately going to benefit me and win me the battle. If they didn't do that, like I would have had no chance of winning. And as I said again, like I basically always face Dusknoir in my final set with this team, which is a bit more problematic. So like even here in the final set, I have more the matchups that are really problematic for this team, and I still were able to go positive with it. Again, I didn't have a single negative set. I think I had a 4-1, a 3-2, a 3-2 with it, and the 1-3-2 was where I already had 2 losses in with a different team that I didn't run before. I think I actually have 3 3-2s and 1 4-1 with this team. So totally very good. Of course, then again, a 1-3-2 would be just a 3-0 for that team, because the other 2 losses were with a different team. So the team itself went on, I guess, 5 losses, and I can have to calculate it, 13 wins. 13 wins, 5 losses for this team. Like I'm over now 2,800 something, which is really nice, because I'm getting close now to a legend range, which I kind of want to, of course, hit legend soon. It's actually not even that late for me to hit legend. Like usually I hit legend way earlier, but I stopped kind of caring about this, so I'm rather focusing on having fun and trying out different teams. And I think it's better for my content anyway, so yeah, you're gonna see my legend run eventually on this channel, maybe next week, would be kind of cool, but I don't sweat it, and as you see here, we're gonna be able to win the final battle. Hopefully, you enjoyed this one. This team was absolutely ridiculous. Again, here actually it's me claiming my final set with this team. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.